establishing that, especially in the city where you've been successfully removed from nature. You don't know nothing about the actual reality that we live in. You've been placed in this completely congested, not sustainable environment that eats a not sustainable food supply, that has a not sustainable culture. This
Well,
is
that's
a new
why
culture.
I
And
was trying to
so
fucking.
pay attention to that not sustainable thing, okay? They have a not sustainable culture that me and you are going to knock right over. But the way we're going to have to do that is with extreme intellect, very advanced intellectual understanding, tact, move, cleanest hands in the world, actually, or we're not going to be able to affect this change. You know what I'm saying? So we have to raise ourselves to a truly higher bar for real and operate at that place for real. And then once you're on that polar side of the spectrum for real, you start to channel that polar high class energy, right? So you're already way far on the highest spectrum point of the spectrum where you're channeling immense amounts of energy. You're channeling immense amounts of truth.
Conscious progression. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Brandon. So what's going on, man? I just wanted to know, like, where you live and stuff like that, and how long have you been a
killer?
Okay, so where I lay my head is my home. At the moment, I'm coming to you from Fortaleza, Brazil, and I have a traveling James Bond lifestyle. I'm sure we'll get into that here in a minute.
Yeah.
And I've been in
Killer.
entire life, man, since I was
Oh.
like 12, literally.
Yeah.
And I've been shown the ropes, even at that age, by very skilled
demon killers.
So I'm blessed.
I guess we all feel that way, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't belong here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, it's probably more. I probably need to die to go to the next level or something. And I'm like, this life is. It's like somebody's playing me.
Yeah.
Like I'm a character.
Yeah.
And later on, now that I find out, yes, this sort of simulation. Yes, somebody's playing me. So that's where I am now. I think we need to kill something in you to grow, to
Wow,
awaken.
man, that was all really well put. And I think a lot of people can really identify with that. It's definitely all the special ones we were just talking, right? Like it's all in that same vein.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have been clearly intuitive to the point where they understand that they're being played, and then they find it out for real. But that was really well put. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah. So what? Now that you figured all that out, what's forward looking in the navigation?
Well, I mean, I don't know, right? Like we said last time, I'm still learning. I don't think I know anything. So I
Cool.
do. I'm in a
Cool.
state where I'm like, I question
Yeah.
everything. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I'm just going along.
Yeah.
But I do get these thoughts, and it's weird because like I told you last time, we're gonna talk about kids
Yeah.
because I'm like, I don't belong here. This is not. I'm like, wait, maybe we're not meant to procreate because I'm going against what the norm is, right? The
Mhm.
norm is to be fruitful and multiply, so they tell us,
Mhm.
right? Have all these kids,
Mhm.
and like, wait, maybe we're not meant to procreate, and because I question some people being evil. So
Mhm.
what makes them evil? It's because they don't have anything inside. And if I think God is within, everything's inside, they probably don't have God or don't know God, and they're evil, and therefore they're soulless. So, like maybe people are they're just physically here, but there's nothing inside, and that's what evil is.
That's another thing that no one else can do. No one else can support each other. It's very successful programming by the polar negative intelligence, which does exist. And it's winning over these people. And it has a purpose. and it wants to win over these people, and they can't support another small guy. They can support the celebrities that are owned by this polar negative
Yo,
intelligence,
Brandon.
but they're jealous of you, the superstar that they really need in the hood, the old school. Dude, I'm just coming at you. Your old schoolers supporting you, dealing with the respect that I see that glimmers out of the coal vein at me in this journey of life where everyone's full of shit and
Okay.
no one can support each other. I'm actually supporting you with my free time that no one's paying for, young bull.
And I'm like, wait, maybe this is a trap for my soul, my body. So then, like, maybe humans are not supposed to be here.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think a valuable point, if I may, of discernment in that is like you can't really blame a person for getting knocked down in this life, but you can start to blame them if they stay down in this life. And it's those people that stay down in this life for a long period of time that I think are the majority of that evil group of people that you're talking about, right? And then at that point they've clearly made their decision to stay there, because we all are going to sample a little bit of the good and a little bit of the evil, right, before we make our final decision. And then these people make their final decision, but that's still really truly on them. And I think that discernment's really important, because you can dibble and dabble in this and that, and you'll get your influences in your science, no doubt about it. And then in the end, you'll make
end up going to wherever you go, and you're probably going to eat stuff again that's cancerous or putting on weight. So I can relate to all the stuff that you're saying, bro. So what's your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, well, I for me, just simply detaching from all of that and finding a completely organic food and water source, information source, social, cultural, environmental source, let's just say, right? And I just really like, if nobody wants to do it, that's fine. I'll do it anyway. Attitude,
Mm-hmm.
which which actually really illuminated into um, so I have about 15. I'm trying to be precise with my numbers because I didn't used to be, and that would get picked apart by people who want to tell lies on me or whatever, right? So anyway, I have about 10 to 15. I'm thinking really, really knowledgeable indigenous people that are like the very most respected people in their communities. And then honestly, for years, they were telling me to make videos and do this and try to do this and try to do that. Why don't you talk, and just I find myself in an interesting role, in an interesting position along this path. It's illuminating as I walk, and I don't really know what is going on, but I try to handle things as best as I can and be productive in the fields which are screaming at me. And I swear, man, I'm getting blueprint downloads for a mechanical alternative agriculture drone. And I mean, like I said, I've had several connections with above, and
Mm-hmm.
I am personally convinced that part of that through my clarity and removal of toxins, including toxic people, which are worse than toxic substances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm convinced that through my clarity and through my relationship with nature, which is pretty heavy, right, and very top priority with me, and nature starts to recognize you back. Actually, I didn't realize that was going to happen. So a lot of special things can happen between us and nature, and our human to nature relationship is supposed to be much more complex and involved than it is. It's like the devil removed us. I can say this: the devil removed us from nature for a reason,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of potential there. I tell people if we took biodynamics as far as we've taken aerodynamics, we would live in like an Avatar movie Wonderland type of paradise with luminescent plants and all the whole wondrous cultivars we'd be eating like kings never ate before. It's not, and it's just like with the skin cream. It's not skin. We would make a skin cream as optimal human beings, but they go there. They make, so that is made in a terrible way that actually has a reverse effect. It's just flipped on us and hijacked and flipped on us. You can get all natural skin cream at nutritionaldiversity.com, though, by the way, and we're going to make more better. And this company is actually progressive, and it's going to stay culturally, socially, and nutritionally like small and just for like this one segment of people. So to really say what I think about all that, what you said, I think a certain segment of society is supposed to branch off now and really live in nature.
This is a special way of practicing the natural system of agriculture. Its wisdom is quite advanced, carrying ancestral spirit and energy. This space is the home garden, a place where we grow food alongside medicinal plants and weeds. But why weeds? Because what we call weeds are also cultivated. And why do we cultivate them? Because they are part of our diet and that of all living beings. Let's take a look at some plants here, and I'll walk carefully so as not to disturb them. Here we have a plant called acetaminophen. It grows freely, accompanied by an onion plant. Nearby, it has embraced our little chili plant. We also have mustard lettuce, which insects tend to enjoy eating. But here, we also have chili and southernwood, a medicinal plant with essential oils. Because of this, you'll see the lettuce is in perfect condition with no insects on it. My name is Rosa. I am part of the Pastos community from the Narino department. Currently, we are in Antioquia, full of light. So much light that when we first arrived, we noticed a radiant, brilliant energy. Someone exclaimed, "Wow, such illumination." So we chose a name aligned with that experience, and it stayed. Here, we follow an agroecological, permaculture process, or sun cultivation, as we call it. We promote food sovereignty from different angles.
What's up, Voodoo Breaker?
What's up, my man?
Dude, you look good, bro.
You too, man.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
No, I gotta get
Always on the
I gotta get back in the fucking gym again more often,